Good morning, Alan from Berthon International here, and this morning I have the pleasure of showing you around a rather nice little Maxi 1300 from 2007 hull. Maxis, as we know, very high quality Swedish built performance cruising yachts and enjoy a very strong following. This is a particularly nice example. White hull, as you can see, no teak decks, which I think is probably a bonus. Nice stainless steel bowsprit there with ultra anchor as well. So white top sides, say nice teak toe rail. And overall a very attractive looking yacht. My trusty assistant there in the background. Moving aft, a nice little feature here, we've got a set of Simpson removable davits. The little 290 dinghy on there as well, so again, nice to have if you're cruising, but again, if you want to take them off, they just simply come off. And they can be turned in to face in the way as well, which is obviously a bonus in a marina. Twin wheels and a nice walk-through transom. Okay, so let's step aboard and start from the front. In its second ownership, this particular yacht, and just towards the end of the first owners, the yacht underwent quite a hefty refit. During that, the furling gear was all changed, the mast, the rigging. The owner changed it from a conventional furling headsail and conventional main to electric furling headsail and electric in-mast furling. Quick peek there at the chain locker. Lumar windlass. A nice step-through bow. Looking aft, as I say, the bonus there, I think, of not having any teak decks. A Lumar stainless hatch surrounds, which is quite a nice little upgrade. And just overlapping on the head sail, so it's probably 106%, Elvstrom main and Sanders jib. And the boat also comes with a symmetric spinnaker with a snuffer, which is what that rather nice carbon pole is for, and a code 0 on its own flat furler. Rig, standing rigging, mainsail, all 2019. Nice large hatch there with the saloon, which when we step down below you'll see it offers quite a lot of light into the saloon. So stepping aft into the cockpit. The cockpit is lead to teak, which is quite a nice feature. Twin wheels, so giving a walk-through cockpit. Large varnished teak cockpit table with stowage. German main sheet system with the red lines, so those are under deck, so those come down either side onto their own winches. And then you've got a full width traveller here in the cockpit as well. And you'll notice the instruments just hiding there on the end of the table. Lots of deck stowage, 2 deck boxes, and a couple of shallow lazarettes on the transom as well, and then a little bit more in the centre of the aft cockpit there's additional storage. Nice little support there for the dinghy, radar, antenna, mast. And I say there's nifty little Simpson davits which are very handy, quite lightweight, but can be mounted and demounted with ease. Of course, you've got those little doors there just to close off the transom. Deck boxes on both sides of the cockpit, both port and starboard. So port side pedestal, we've got a ST50 instrumentation and the electric Genoa furling, graphic instrument and powered primary winch. And of course the engine controls. Again, like the rig, the engine was updated as well from a D240 to a D250 in 2018. Starboard pedestal, again, primary winch, and you've got the electric mainsail furling. Now that works in tandem with a Selden I-40 winch, so the mainsail can be put away and taken out at the press of a button. It's quite a clever system. Raymarine plotter, AIS, and obviously a little base station there for the VHF as well. Nice roomy cockpit. A bank of ST60 instrumentation above the companionway. And most of your lines led aft there, both port and starboard. Electric Lumar winch on port and the Selden I-40 winch, which works in conjunction with the in-mast furling, which means the mast furling and the outhaul will work simultaneously. Inside, satin varnished mahogany interior, blue Alcantara upholstery. Linear galley to port, and then semicircular saloon with a removable central seat there as well. It's just on sliders. Large, well-stocked nav station to starboard. Generator controls. The boat does feature a Paguro 2000 generator. Battery monitors, VHF, and of course chart plotter and radar, I should mention. It's a nice comfy saloon to starboard. There's that overhead hatch, which again just floods the saloon with light, which is quite nice. And that seat, as you can see, is on sliders, so that will come out into the centre line. And actually, in addition to that, offers quite a nice little backrest or rest while you're in the galley. So large, well-stocked galley to port. New stove as well there. Little microwave. Boat does have a Mastervolt combi charger stroke inverter, so the microwave obviously will run when you're offshore as well, and of course you've got the generator. Stepping forward into the forward cabin, lots of stowage to port, a little seat. And then a V-berth, very cozy V-berth, although there's an infill for that as well. Lots of stowage below that berth, as you can imagine. It's currently housing the spinnaker and the Code Zero. Little step just incorporated into the bulkhead there as well for exiting that hatch. Starboard, we have the forward WC with good sized shower stall with a proper thermostatically controlled shower head. Overhead hatch. Outboard sink and mixer, and electric flushing WC. Antique grating. The view of the saloon looking aft. So to starboard, we have the aft WC, manual flush, Jabsco, sink, there's a shower faucet on that as well on the mixer tap, and of course a little wet locker there behind. Moving aft, we have a standard double to port. Really conventional, with lots of stowage outboard. Reading lights. And then over on starboard, we have a single on the lower berth with an infill that converts to double. And then rather cleverly, sorry, this is rather dark, I must apologise. Above that, there is a drop-down pipe cot as well. Which, if you gave me a second, I will lower. It's on a pulley system so that you can actually alter the height of the berth, so that it can be stowed up out of the way if it's not in use, and also can be given a little bit of angle if you're using it at sea. So a useful addition in the aft starboard cabin. Last but not least, a Volvo D250. Again, as mentioned, that was 2018. So relatively young. So there we have it, the Maxi 1300 from 2017, a hull, currently afloat and in commission. If you would like to discuss further or any further information, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thank you.